The scariest sound in the wilderness is not a growl. It is silence. Because when you are asleep in a tent, you are not the hero of the story. You are warm skin, slow breathing, a heartbeat under a layer of fabric so thin you can almost call it a polite suggestion. Outside that fabric, something may be awake. A bear can smell food from miles away under the right conditions. A wolf can hear tiny movements in the dark. A mountain lion can move through brush without sounding like a large animal at all. And you are unconscious. No plan, no speed, no claws, no night vision, just a body wrapped in nylon, trusting the darkness to behave. I find this strange because if nature worked the way movies tell us it works, every campsite would be a midnight buffet. A sleeping human should be the easiest target in the forest. But most nights, nothing happens. The animal walks past. The bear circles and leaves. The cat hears you breathe and chooses distance. That choice is the real mystery. Because predators are not ignoring sleeping humans because they are kind. They are ignoring us because, to them, we are not a normal meal. We are a strange signal, a walking contradiction, soft enough to kill but dangerous enough to avoid. In 2019, researchers from the University of California, Santa Cruz, tested this idea with mountain lions in California. They played recordings of ordinary human voices near pumas, not shouting, not gunshots, just people talking. And the cats fled. In some cases, they abandoned food they had already killed. Think about that for a second. In the wild, walking away from meat is not casual. It means the animal is giving up calories it already spent energy to earn. That tells me something important. Predators do not see the world as a simple list of things they can kill. They see risk, they see uncertainty, they see patterns. A deer smells like a deer. It runs like a deer. It panics like a deer. A rabbit behaves like a rabbit. But a human is different. We smell like soap, smoke, plastic, food wrappers, sweat, bug spray, and something older underneath all of it. We stand upright, we travel in groups, we carry objects, we make sudden noise, we control fire. So when a predator finds a sleeping human, it is not just finding prey. It is finding a question mark. And in the wild, a question mark can be more dangerous than hunger. That is where this story really begins. Not with claws in the dark, but with the invisible warning label our species leaves behind. That warning label did not appear overnight. It was written slowly across thousands of generations by every animal that came too close to humans and did not survive the lesson. And this is where the story gets uncomfortable. Because humans did not become frightening by being the strongest animal in the forest. We were not stronger than bears. We were not faster than wolves. We were not built like cats, with silent feet, night vision, and teeth designed for one clean kill. We became frightening because we changed the rules. A predator expects prey to run away in a predictable line. Humans do not always do that. Sometimes humans stand together. Sometimes they throw things. Sometimes they come back the next day with more humans. Sometimes they bring fire. And fire may be the oldest warning sign we ever carried. Archaeologists have found evidence of controlled fire at sites hundreds of thousands of years old, and some evidence reaches close to 1 million years. That means long before cities, long before writing, long before money, humans had already learned how to sleep beside something most animals are wired to avoid. I notice something powerful in that. A campfire is not just warmth, it is a message. Smoke moves through the trees. Light breaks the shape of the dark. The smell of burning wood tells every nose nearby that this place is not normal. Something here can make daylight at night. To a hungry predator, that matters. Because a predator is not asking, "Can I kill this?" It is asking, "Can I kill this without getting hurt?" That one question changes everything. A wolf with a broken leg may not hunt again. A cougar with a damaged eye may starve. A lion that misjudges one attack can lose more than a meal. In the wild, injury is not an inconvenience. Injury is a countdown. So, when a predator approaches a human camp, it is not seeing one sleeping body. It is reading a whole system. There may be food scraps nearby, there may be strange chemical smells, there may be metal, plastic, smoke, voices, shoes, flashlights, knives, dogs, other people. Nothing about that scene says easy. Contrary to what most people think, predators are not fearless. They are careful. Fear is not weakness for them. Fear is intelligence with teeth. And that is why a sleeping human is so confusing. You look vulnerable. You sound vulnerable. You are lying down, breathing slowly, maybe completely unaware. But everything around you tells a different story. Your tent smells manufactured. Your bag smells like processed food. Your clothes carry soap, sweat, sunscreen, and gasoline from the road. Your campsite has straight lines, hard edges, and objects no deer would ever create. To an animal built to survive by reading patterns, you are not just a body. You are a pattern that does not belong. And when nature cannot read something clearly, nature usually steps back. But stepping back does not mean predators are harmless. That is the part people get wrong. The forest is not safe because animals respect us. It is safer than it should be because most wild predators are still making the normal calculation. They are healthy enough to hunt their usual prey. They have not been trained by people to connect tents with food. They have not been pushed so hard by hunger that fear stops mattering. When that calculation breaks, the story changes fast. In 1898, 2 lions in Tsavo, Kenya, killed railway workers over a period of months. The exact number is still debated, but estimates often range from dozens of deaths to more than 100. One of those lions had serious dental damage, which may have made natural prey harder to kill. The Champawat tiger is even darker. In the early 1900s, it was blamed for an estimated 436 human deaths in Nepal and India. Later, Jim Corbett reported that the tiger had damaged canine teeth, likely from being shot. In other words, it was not a normal predator making a normal choice. It was a broken system. And I think that is the real lesson hiding inside this whole story. Wild animals do not usually attack sleeping humans because the balance of risk is still working. They avoid us because we are strange, noisy, upright, social, tool-using, fire-carrying creatures. But the moment humans feed wildlife, leave food outside, destroy habitat, or treat a predator like a tourist attraction, we rewrite the rules. We teach the animal the wrong thing. A bear that learns coolers mean food becomes more dangerous. A big cat that loses fear of villages becomes more dangerous. A starving predator with no normal prey left becomes more dangerous. So the miracle is not that predators ignore us. The miracle is that an ancient boundary still exists at all. A thin line made of fear, memory, smell, fire, distance, and respect. And maybe that is what modern people forget. We think survival means dominating nature. But for most of human history, survival meant reading the room, even when the room was a forest at night. Our ancestors lived because they paid attention. They slept near fire. They stayed in groups. They noticed tracks, wind, silence, movement. They understood that confidence in the wild can get you killed faster than fear. Fear is not always something to defeat. Sometimes fear is information. So the next time you imagine yourself lying in a tent, listening to something move beyond the trees, remember this. You are not invincible. You are not helpless either. You are part of a very old conversation between humans and the wild. And if you respect that conversation, the darkness usually answers by staying outside. If this story changed the way you see the wilderness, follow for more hidden rules of nature, survival, and the strange history written inside the human body.